I don't know that that's an issue or not.
Well, I can do it on Rosh Hashanah, but I don't know that anybody wants to schedule that because there's obviously no meeting on my calendar for it right now, which is next Thursday, if I'm correct. But I'm in trial every other day. I have a half day Monday, full day Tuesday and Wednesday, and then if the trial doesn't end Wednesday, it's a full day Friday, and the closing arguments are on Friday as well. So it would have to be it would have to get punched out to I could do it like the 14th. That's Columbus Day. I could do it like the I could probably do a daytime meeting the week of the 14th.
My schedule's open for now.
Are we talking about November?
No, October.
Oh.
I think we were talking about November because we got the town hall and everything coming up in October.
Is this do people like go home already, or are you the only folks that showed up?
Well, this is our Thursday is our late night at town hall.
Okay, so you had no choice.
We were here anyway, but we're certainly will be as flexible as the team needs to be.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So I have trial next week, and I can't do two things at once. I'm too old. That's how I ruptured my right quad tendon. I was driving home from a meeting a little late, talking to the Sharon Planning Board on the phone, and they said, well, we need to see that, so get into the house and share a screen with us. So I came in the house, my wife greeted me, gave me a taco. I had the laptop in my hand like this, and I was going down the stairs with a taco in the other hand, and I missed the last step.
Oh.
And I completely ruptured my right quad tendon. It really was a bad thing to do at age 71.
That sounds just so painful.
Oh, it was the most. I've had a lot of operations, and the doctors always said it's going to take a year, and this time it took more than a year. So, so don't try to do two things at once.
I think the concern from timing on our side is that we're going into town meeting. And
I could do the 10th of October if that works for you. I'm going to be away Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but I'm coming back in time for a meeting on the evening of the 10th.
And works for me, but I hear, hear what Tim is saying is that
I'm gone.
Our town meet, and Laura's gone. Our town meeting is October 21st.
Oh, okay.
And we have, and Mark, just a reminder, we're actually, October 21st is when we present the MBTA communities, our district at town meeting.
Oh, wow.
So Tim and I are going to be busy, presenting to select board and finance committee.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
No drama involved in that at all.
It's going swimmingly.
So then town meeting is the 21st, you're saying?
Yes.
So let's punch that into the rearview mirror. Could you do the 24th? I'll buy the beer.
I can do the 24th.
Yeah, 24th is good.
Oh, why don't we try and confirm that with Nick, the building commissioner, and see if that's something that he can. We understand he needs to skip us for select board sometimes, but he's going to come at least once.
Yeah, again, this is it was. There's an item that has been brought up that he has had to present a couple of times, but You know, he doesn't typically go in front of select board. Although that's one, you know, that's an interesting, okay, so this is after town meeting, so a number of us will be going in front of select board. You know, in regards to any warrant articles going to town meeting, but this is after that, so it should calm down a little bit. But Nick's is not a warrant. Well, I don't think it is. But anyway, I'll coordinate with Nick.
Sounds like we've got a penciled in date, so.
Okay,
Sounds like what?
Sounds like the 24th is a penciled date.
You're
And
breaking
what
up a
time
bit,
do we
Tim.
want to set?
I think he's saying we have a date, we just need it.
Sounds like the 24th is our date.
Okay, I'm putting it in my book.
6 o'clock.
Works for me.
This time I'm writing 6 p.m. next to it. So, Paul, you got all the stuff I sent you, right?
Yes, and we distributed it. And I again, I want to apologize to everybody. You sent it to us a while before we got it out, and that's on me. You know, but yeah, it's out there.
Well, that's the stuff that's converting the second draft to the third draft. So
yeah,
really important that I get some feedback on the things that I added and the choices that I added in terms of, do you want to do this or that?
Right.
And then I'll put a fourth draft together, and then I think we're ready for a workshop.
We have it scheduled in November.
I'm looking in my November dates right now.
Yeah.
13th, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I had, yeah.
So you would like us to send you comments, Mark?
Yeah,
Okay.
if there's comments on the third, send them to me. We'll meet on the 24th just to go over them. I'll quickly put a fourth, you know, at this point, changing draft 3 to draft 4 is pretty simple. It takes you an hour, basically. I don't know that I've prepared a clean version yet for you, have I? I didn't send you a clean version, did I?
Not
I'm
only,
gonna make up a temporary table of contents. It won't be the 12 pages that you'll end up with at the end, but it'll be good enough to guide people around at a workshop meeting. And then, you got to figure out, I have the workshop meeting down for 6:45 on the 13th.
That's
And
what I have.
you got to figure out who you're going to invite. And my strong recommendation is to run any public meeting on the clean copy, not the coded copy.
right.
The coded copy was prepared. I first started doing it about 10 years ago in Stoughton because there's always somebody in the crowd that says, what did you change? And I got tired of sitting with them. So then now I could just give them a coded copy.
Yeah.
And I'll keep making the coded copy until we go to town meeting so that if that person emerges out of the woodwork, they can get the copy.
Okay.
Great.
So that'll be a big night, the 13th. And then from there, you'll tell me what they said that you liked or didn't like, and I can make a fifth draft. And then you guys can decide how you want to workshop it after the Christmas holiday, really, probably. You know, if you want to do another workshop, I'm happy to come down I'm planning on coming on the 13th. Goes better.
Okay, and we'll start focusing on, you know, getting the plan together for this workshop.
Yeah. I mean, some people just focus on boards and have the select board finance committee come. ZBA has been participating here, building commissioner, but other towns invite, you know, the lawyer that probably does 50% of the business in front of the boards, or a big landowner who hasn't, you know, developed his property or her property yet.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to you. You're the ones who know how to build the consensus for town meeting. It's your town.
Sorry. We're working on it. Yeah, the MBTA communities is testing that, but we're actually we're strategizing over it. it'll be bumpy, but we'll get there.
Are you actually creating real opportunities, or are you following the Chelmsford model of rezoning all your 3-story buildings into 4 stories, knowing that nobody will ever do that?
No, well, most of the lots, the small lots are built, but we actually have a large parcel that's vacant that we're proposing, so.
That's great.
Yeah, um, whether or not we don't know at this point what will happen with it, but I think we
You
have
have
a
a
good
train stop, or are you piggybacking on Mansfield?
piggybacking. Yeah, we're an adjacent.
Okay. Yeah, Mansfield last spring did a big transit overlay district at the train station.
Yeah, but they didn't qualify under 3A. They have to build off of that, their transit-oriented development. But there seems to be going pretty well. I've spoken to the planner there. Most
Yeah,
people were really focused on what goes on around the station, so.
Yeah, I represent one of the two biggest landowners there. And we were heard as we drafted it. I thought it ended up pretty good.
So, yeah, but, so we'll start drafting up some thoughts on the event. Luckily, now, no one here has had a chance to see it, but we have we've 2 really nice, large meeting rooms. In fact, it's being used for the first time tonight, by the select board, but it's a really nice, spacious, can fit up to seat up to 150 people.
Wow.
Slightly bigger than the previous.
Have you got a new town hall, or are you in the same location, just rehabilitated?
No, we're in we just moved in. Well, we started moving in late last week, but today is our official first day open to the public.
Wow.
Oh, it's a really nice building. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it'll be, much nicer than what we're accustomed to.
It makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Berkeley was operating out of like a mobile home for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Depressing.
So we'll have a good space here. We'll work through to, I would love to get it in the large chamber. But there's a smaller space, which is also pretty spacious, but we'll work on that.
All right. So typically what happens at the workshop is that I will prepare a 2-sided single sheet of paper that says, here are the major changes, here are the minor changes. You're just using it as a discussion vehicle. And I'll walk them through section by section, kind of like the town budget. If anybody wants to hold something in section 2, we'll come back to it after I go through the explanation, and I'll work through section 2 questions until I go on to section 3. And then, people have to get used to me, because I suspect I'm going to be the one presenting at the town meeting and planning board at the public hearing. Unless somebody wants to volunteer to take that job away from me, I assume that's my job. So, and I just did the small town of Irving out on Route 2, and the planning board chairwoman decided she would do it. And so I was relegated to sit and answer any questions she couldn't answer, but it all worked out fine. It all passed. So I leave it up to you again. And so,
I'll give you the early vote that I'll defer to you, and I'll support local questions that you need.
By the time I get to town meeting, they've usually heard this 3 times already. So, but still, somebody at town meeting will say, this is a mighty big document, and how are we supposed to understand it? And the other one will be, I didn't know you were even doing this. Why wasn't I told? Mark my words.
Oh, guaranteed.
I'm familiar with this discussion. So we've got our next state schedules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll get it out
We'll go
tonight or tomorrow. Right. We'll get the meeting on everyone's calendar. We'll get an email out to people asking for any comments, they'll send them to me, I'll get them to Mark. And then we'll start working on a strategy for the November event. And it's all on my calendar, so I won't forget.
Me too. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Bye.